Welcome to Fazeley Junction, the home of a new supported housing development for 20 adults with learning difficulties and associated needs. Set in a historic and picturesque canal-side position, the driving force behind the Fazeley development has been to create a community which combines elements of residential, transitional and supported living. Fazeley is a joint venture between Midway Care Group and Havercroft Construction, which has been supported by the local council.
We wanted to really look for somewhere that we could do a mixture of both residential transition services and supported living. So we looked at developing some flats, but within those flats there's a lot of technology which enables us to manage the risk, reduce the price of the placement, but also give people back their own power and choice, so that they can take more control of their lives and have a more independent life.
It's just the location and the canal side, having it right on Fazeley Junction, where you've got more than just boats going past, you've got boats turning, and I think it's very good for the residents to have something to look at and feel probably a stimulant and part of the community really.
The site of development has a rich and varied history. As a 19th century boatyard and place for mending crafts, a workplace for basket weaving and a thoroughfare for barges transporting coal from Glasgow coal mine to Birmingham. The culture and heritage of the site is well documented. The historical background has been key to the construction and has allowed a transformation of the landscape that respects tradition. Fazeley is the realisation of a concept which will provide flexible yet reliable support in an environment where independence and choice are the key motivations. As a template and a strong foundation from which to build upon, Fazeley will encourage care that isn't standard to become the norm. Inside, the accommodation will be split into 3 parts: residential flats, shared supported housing and a transitional training provision.
The far end is Block A, which you can see we've left the original elevation up facing the canal. That'll be rendered with a colour-through render so it appears white with contrasting windows. Next door's Block B. There's 4 apartments in there, that's just a traditional build. And then we're going to Block C, which is a timber frame building with cedar cladding, with 2 apartments in there, and that's only first floor with a thoroughfare underneath through to the canal to give it a nice airy feel about it. And then Block D, the one at this end, is a shared residence where we've got inbuilt care with carers facilities and bedrooms upstairs. The next phase of the development now is actually to get the windows ordered and get the building sealed and weather tight, so we can then start on the internals to do the floors, walls and etc. and get it finished.
And you know, we say it so often and we talk about holistic care and empowerment and all these buzzwords, but really it's very, very hard to actually do that properly without still retaining the control. And I think there's an element that you have to retain, but there's an element that you can, with some risk, but give back to the person again. And I think that's going to be part of the defining aspect of it as well. But it's also a therapeutic place for people, you know. Personally, I can go and look at the site and I can wander over the bridge and sit on the bench on the other side and just watch the world go by quite easily for some time. It's really very, very peaceful.